Hello there. In this video, we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing fractions. Now, much the same way I did in my addition and subtraction of fractions videos, I'm going to go over the why in this video, and I'm going to do a separate video with examples. So the problem I have before me is 1/3 times 4. So I'm going to start by dividing this circle into thirds. Again, we're pretending these are equal parts, and I'll shade my one part. Now, we have to remember what multiplication is. Multiplication is just repeated addition. So I could rewrite this if I wanted to as 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. If I'm multiplying by 4, I'm repeating that number added 4 times. Okay? Now, if I want to think of this as an addition problem, then I've got common denominators already. That's kind of handy. So I just need 3 additional 1/3, which would be here, here, and then I would need a second circle with thirds. Oh, let's redo that. There we go. And then with an additional third right there. And what I end up with is 4/3. Well, this leads us to what the multiplication thought process is if I look at this as 1/3 times 4 as a fraction would be 4/1, I can just multiply it across. 1 times 4 is 4, and 3 times 1 is 3. And I can see that with the repeated addition, how I've got an answer that will be out of thirds, because that's how addition works. And then we do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4, which is 1 times 4. Now, what happens when we get to division? Well, this time I will draw another circle for the division problem. And I've got this 1/3 shaded. Well, in this instance, I need to take this third and divide it into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. I won't do it for the whole circle. I'll just do it for the 1/3 that I'm dividing. But what I've effectively done is if I do that for all the parts, I come out with 12s. So my answer is going to be out of 12s. And then if I just want one of those 3 parts, then I've got this part right here, say, I come out with 1/12. So let's look at what this looks like. This would look like, if I were to write this out as a complex fraction, it'd be 1/3 divided by 4. Remember in my mental math tricks video, I said you can do this by taking 3 and just multiplying by 4. So this would be 1/3 times 4, which is 1/12. If you want to look at the process as it's entirely worked out, well, as a complex fraction, I would always start by taking this and multiplying it by 3. And again, what I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. That way I can get these fractions to cancel out. I just get 1 in the top, and I get 4 times 3 in the bottom. This leads us to the algorithm that I more normally like to teach in my classrooms. So let me go ahead and clean this up, and then I will get to that answer. All right, so I'm all cleaned up. Let's go ahead and look at this and say that, okay, 1/3 divided by 4 is the same as 1/3 divided by 4/1. This leads to the common phrase that I like to use with my students, which is keep, change, flip. We're going to keep the first fraction. We're going to change the division to multiplication because multiplication is easier than division. But that means I have to flip this fraction to be 1/4. And now that I've got a multiplication problem, I can just think multiply across. So I've got 1 times 1, which is 1, and then 3 times 4, which is 12, leading me to my same answer. So keep an eye out for the next video when I go over more examples in depth. Please hit like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.